Welcome to this Functional Skills Level 2 Maths training video. This video contains information and guidance on Criterion 20. Understand and use common 2D representations of 3D objects. And Criterion 21. Draw 3D shapes to include plans and elevations. At Level 2, and by the end of this session, you should be able to match 2D drawings to the corresponding 3D objects. For example, matching a net to its 3D shape. Identify 3D shapes from given 2D net representations. Draw plan views of 3D objects, showing the top-down perspective. Draw front elevations of 3D objects, showing what objects look like from the front. And draw side elevations of 3D objects, showing what objects look like from the side. Let's look at some 3D shapes and their properties. The shape on screen is called a cube. Here are the main properties of a cube. It has 6 faces. A face is a flat surface made up of a 2D shape. All of a cube's faces are square. A cube has 12 edges. The edges are the sides of the shape. Edges are the straight lines where 2 faces meet. It also has 8 vertices, which is another name for corners. The shape on screen is a cuboid. Here are the main properties of a cuboid. It has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. The shape on screen is a cylinder. It has 3 faces, 2 edges, and no vertex. The shape on screen is a square-based pyramid. It is called a square-based pyramid because the bottom face is a square shape. It has 5 faces, 8 edges, and 5 vertices. The shape on screen is a triangular prism. It has 5 faces, 9 edges, and 6 vertices. Let's move on to nets of 3D shapes. These are the nets of the 3D shapes we have just covered. A net is what a 3D shape would look like if it was opened up with all the faces lying flat. It is a 2D representation of a 3D shape. Which of the 3D shapes shown is represented by this net? Choose from the options provided. Pause the video while you decide, then press play to continue. The answer is a cuboid. You can see from the net that some of the 2D shapes are rectangular. Let's see how the net of a cube is different. All of the faces of a cube are the same, so the net has 6 equally sized faces. For a cube, this would look like 6 squares. What 3D shape is represented by the net below? Pause the video while you answer, then press play to continue. The net is a representation of a cylinder. 2 of the faces are circular in shape, while the other is a rectangle. Draw a net for the 3D shape below. Look carefully at the different faces and shapes that make up the square-based pyramid, as well as their orientation. Pause the video while you answer, then press play to continue. Imagine the pyramid opening up and flattening into different 2D shapes. Your net should look similar to this: a square in the center and 4 triangles around the edges of the square. All the triangles should be equal in size. Let's move on to understanding different views of 3D objects. There are different views of 3D objects you may be asked about in your exam. To answer questions about different views, think about what 2D shape you would see if you were looking at the shape from different angles. First is a plan view. A plan view is the view from above, as if you were looking down on the object. It shows the layout of the object on a flat surface. Look at the shape on screen. Imagine you are standing in the position described. Draw the 2D surface you would see if you had a plan view. Pause the video, then press play when you're ready to check your answer. Here is the plan view. It is the view from above. Looking down, you would just see the top 3 squares and the bottom right one. Next is the front elevation. The front elevation is the view from the front of the object. It shows what the object looks like when you are standing directly in front of it. Look at the shape on screen. Draw the front elevation. Pause the video while you do this, then press play to check your answer. Here is the front elevation of the 3D shape. Finally, there is the side elevation. The side elevation is the view from the side of the object. It shows the object as if you are standing to the side looking at it. Try drawing the side elevation. Pause the video while you do this, then press play to check your answer. Here is the side elevation of the 3D shape. Let's look at some exam practice questions. Draw the plan of this shape. Pause the video while you write down your answer, then press play to continue. Here's what the plan view should look like. Draw the front elevation of this shape. Pause the video while you write down your answer, then press play to continue. Here's what the front elevation should look like. Draw the side elevation of this shape. Pause the video while you write down your answer, then press play to continue. Here's what the side elevation should look like. You should now be able to match 2D drawings to the corresponding 3D objects. Identify 3D shapes from given 2D net representations. Draw plan views of 3D objects, showing the top-down perspective. Draw front elevations of 3D objects, showing what objects look like from the front. And draw side elevations of 3D objects, showing what objects look like from the side. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.